And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
You know, sometimes it's good to look back at these older games, and I was talking about Fist of Dragonstones when we were going through the top 100, and I realized I've not done a video review of it yet, and so I want to do one. Fist of Dragonstones, in my opinion, is the game that put Days of Wonder on the map. Now, this was not their first game. I believe Gang of Four was their first game, but that was a card game, you know. When I played this one, it was like, wow, wow. Such a small company, and they did some of the best components I'd ever seen. Now, they're not such a small company anymore, and they still do some of the best components you'll ever see, and they've made several of the best games ever, which is very impressive for a company. The ratio of awesome games to bad ones is better than most companies. But anyway, Fist of Dragonstones is a blind bidding game, which some people absolutely despise. Other people like it. Let me show you how it works, and then we'll be back. At the beginning of the game, this is what you get. You get these yellow coins are fairy gold. You get some regular coins, regular gold. You get some silver coins, and then you get 4 stones. They come in 3 colors, red, blue, and yellow, and you get them randomly. Now you're going to put everything behind your shield, except your stones. You'll leave them out in front of your shield. You also will have this. It looks like a die. It's not a die. It's actually just a way to keep points. 1, 2, 3, and if you get 4 points, you win. So there's no reason to have 4 on there. So 4 points is all you need to win the game. Then players are going to take a deck of cards. There are 8 of these cards. These 8 cards are used in every round. You will also draw 2 other cards from a mix here. Alright, so we draw these 2. And then everyone sees what those 2 cards are. You're going to mix all these cards together, except for the witch. You'll put the witch on top. And then, one at a time, you will turn the card over, and everybody is going to bid on that card. Now, when people bid on a card, they can bid as much fairy gold or regular gold as they want. Now, fairy gold is magical, because when you bid, doesn't matter whether you win or lose, all the fairy gold goes in front of your shield, and you don't get it till the next turn. Regular gold you bid goes away. Now, you have to be cautious, because even if you lose everything. Now, if there's a tie, then you bid silver coins. These are only used in case of ties. If there's still a tie, well then too bad, no one gets it. But otherwise, whoever bids the most silver coins gets it, but silver coins are also lost. And that's how you play. You keep going till someone wins. Well, how do you win? Well, to do that, we take a look at the cards. The witch is used in every single round, and is always the first one, and whoever wins the witch gets a black magic token, which can be bid by someone in the future and basically cancel someone's power. Also, let's see here, a red dragon. There are 3 different dragons in the deck, and whoever wins the bid on this gets a stone from the bag matching that color, red, blue, or yellow. Then we have, this is a special one, we'll talk about the special ones later. Here's the blue dragon, like I mentioned. Here's a wizard. A wizard can pay 3 stones, 1 of each color, to the bank and score a point. This is how you get the points, by paying 1 of each stone, and the wizard's always available. And if you want to win the wizard anyway, you can get him and not take the point. You can take 3 silvers, so he's a way to get more silvers. Then we have the thief, who lets you steal 1 stone from the second highest bidder. Now that's a tough thing to play with, because if you bid, you don't want to be the second highest bidder, and if you're the only person who bids, then you can steal from anybody, because technically everybody is the second highest bidder. Then we have the magician. He can pay any 4 stones to the bank and get a point. So you have the one guy who can pay 1 of each color, and this guy can just pay 4 total for a point. And then we have the sorcerer, who can pay 4 of the same color and get 2 points. That's a big deal, especially since 4 points wins you the game. And also, or he lets you take a common gold. And then there's the yellow dragon. Now, the special cards that can be in can be all sorts of things. Here's a 2-headed dragon that gives you 2 stones at random from the bank. Here's a fairy. She gives you an extra fairy gold. So instead of having 8 every turn, you will have 9. The goldsmith gives you a red magic amulet, which you can use later in the game to double the value of a bid. The dwarf gives you 4 silver coins. The brigand takes all the common gold and silver coins from a player of your choice. A ghost, choose one of the characters already auctioned this turn and play it, which is why they have extra of the other color tokens, because you might have 2 negate tokens in a bag. An ancient dragon, take a stone of your choice. And there's all sorts of different things in there that people can play and use, and there's lots of ones, but you're only going to use 2 of those per round. There's not a lot more to say about the game, except I really think this is kind of a love it or hate it type game. Some people hate the fact that when they bid, if they get outbid, they lose all their money, and that annoys people. And I can understand that. I know there's some people who really hate blind bidding, but people can really hate it if when you lose the blind bidding, you lose everything. So if I bid 5 coins because I really want something and someone bids 6, I've kind of just shot myself in the foot for that round. That being said, this is an entertaining game. I do enjoy it. I like how there's the special powers because those 2 special characters make it and break the game. Other than that, you're just trying to collect as many stones as you can and trying to get them 4 stones of the right color. You say, hey, Bill has 4 red stones. I've got to stop him. So I'm going to take the witch and then I'm going to cancel the person who lets you trade in 4 for 2 points. But he outbids me on the witch, so I say, fine. Then when that person with 2 points comes up, I'm going to outbid him on that. And so there's this back and forth in the special characters, the fairy gold. The fairy gold always comes back. The common gold doesn't, so you need to save common gold for when it really matters. And silver's coins are great for ties, but when is it important to break that tie? So this being said, the game usually takes about an hour to play. However, with some players, especially very competitive players back and forth, I've seen games go to 2 hours, which I think is a little long for how the game plays. For me, I want the game to play as quickly as possible. I do like that everybody starts with 4 stones because that gets the ball rolling, and most everybody can score a point at some point in the first few turns. As long as you keep things moving and at it, I think this is a very entertaining game with great artwork, great components, and a lot of fun, especially if you like blind bidding where you bid and no one else can see. So that's fun. Fist of Dragonstones. It makes sense. You have a fist. Actually, it should be called Fist of Coins because you usually don't keep the Dragonstones, but whatever.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.
Shut the door!
That's right. Shut it.
There.